Okay, I just remembered something else from Ex Machina now that you brought it up. Um, one of my ideas from that movie, like if this is the robot's body, here's a head. Was like to have a seam here, and you have to like pull down the whole arm to like fix a motor right here. But I was thinking instead of that, instead of putting a seam here and just peeling down the arm like a sock, I could put like a flap, like a cutout, like here and like here, and you just like peel that back, so it would like come like this. You could just peel it back, and it would be seamless. So like these seams you see here would be invisible because they'd be like like kind of feathered out silicone overlapping, very transparent, and so the seam would be hidden, and it would be like sticky, and it would just stick onto the surrounding silicone, and so you wouldn't see it at all. But if you could find where the edge is, you could peel it back and then peel back more and more, and then you could peel back the whole flap. So from a side view, the skin flap close-up would be like this, and then it just like slowly start getting thicker. So it'd be like beveled. And then the other skin would like come in like that and just kind of meet it. And so yeah, that's kind of hard to draw, but like I think you can kind of see what I mean. So like the seam would be kind of like a 45, and it'd just be like a cup. So it'd kind of look like the wait. Yeah, like this, and then the other skin like just kind of overlaps it, and like it kind of meets and just like kind of hugs. I don't know. It's like gonna be, I don't know. It's really hard to draw that. I don't know how you draw that. But and then the thin layer of skin just kind of like forming the bridge across the seam would be mostly transparent, hiding the seam, and it would just have tape on the bottom side of it, or not tape, but like maybe like Super 77 sticky glue, or I don't know, some kind of stickiness attached to it, so you could just stick it on and press it in, maybe hairspray, and it would just be completely smooth. If you rub your hand across it, you wouldn't feel the seam. You could barely see it. And so all these repair flaps would be totally hidden, and you could put them in strategic areas where you anticipate the most maintenance work being needed. So you wouldn't have to pull off all the skin on the arm. You could just pull off like the skin on the bicep to work on some bicep stuff. And then you could have them just in strategic spots, like you could have a big one right across the chest. So you can just peel back the chest like a door, and the hinge would just be more skin. Like there wouldn't have to be a hinge. You would just peel back the door, opening up the chest, and you could just work on the chest then. So that would be really important, to have easy access to get in and get out. Find out a problem, fix something quickly, and get out. So that's important. Because you don't want to have to, like, you know, do some major procedure and do a lot of repair work every time you need to get into the robot. It's got to be easy access. So not only do I have to be thinking about fitting everything, but I got to be able to think about how to best design the robot for ongoing repairs and maintenance work, so that people in the future can easily get in there and fix stuff without having to be an artist to try to put it back together to remake the skin. Like the skin would be designed with doors so they can get in there without destroying anything. And I got that from Ex Machina positively. The way they made the seams invisible, that was like super inspirational, and it's doable. I didn't think it was possible. I was like, that's dumb. They just like used Photoshop in the movie to hide the seams. But no, like you really could do that as long as you have enough overlap and the seam's like very gradual and it gets really thin as it overlaps the other skin, like a big overlap, like a 3 inches of overlap, and it just gets so paper thin and it's just sticking on there where you can't even see where it stops. Kind of like with tape. Like if you pull the tape off of here and then you stick it all on, it can be really hard to find the end of a tape because it's transparent, and you gotta like really scratch with your thumb along the tape to try to find where it ends. So the same exact principle can apply to hiding a seam on silicone skin. So I'll be putting lots of hidden doors, access panels, throughout the robot, and I'll be able to easily work on him anywhere I want. Very quickly, just open up the skin and get in there. And then closing it back up will just be a matter of folding it and tucking in the seam real good, and you're done. So I'm excited about that idea. That's like a little convenience thing, like a quality of life improvement for me in the years to come working on the robot, and for other robot makers who may be inspired by this solution to how to access and perform repairs on a humanoid robot, a realistic humanoid robot. If it were like a big clunky metal robot, obviously you just have actual repair panels with screws and stuff, but since mine's very organic, there are no screws, there's very little metal involved, and so you need to have like organically hidden designed access panels.